Friends, I am Uncivil Law, and with me as our guest tonight for our legal happy hour is none other than Attorney Tom. Say hello, Attorney Tom.
What's up, y'all? How's it going?
Fantastic. Yes, yet another lawyer to add to our growing milieu, which is fantastic as we contemplate ways to overtake the legal world because we can.
Yes,
So,
and we
fun
will.
times.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
So this is a get to know you session, a little casual, no big deal. See what we want to talk about. Whatever comes up is fine. But let's start with introducing you to my people. So why don't you give us a brief introduction of who you are, what your channel content is, what style you're going for. What are you all about, Attorney Tom?
Sure. So my name is Attorney Tommy John Kirker. I'm a licensed Texas lawyer. I'm in Houston, Texas. I am primarily focused on catastrophic personal injury. So the type of cases I take, I generally have a smaller caseload than most lawyers, but the cases I take tend to be catastrophic. So, most people, when they hear personal injury lawyer, it's like, okay, you're an offender bender, your back hurts, you go to the chiropractor or whatever, you deal with the Geico insurance. That's not really what I do. The cases I handle, I'm working on a refinery explosion, a vessel collision, and a building that collapsed are the three biggest cases I'm working on at the moment. I probably only touch maybe 15 to 20 files at a time, max. So my business model is quality, not quantity in the practice, in the legal world. As far as making content, I am basically a shit poster. I love just having fun and, quite frankly, making content. I've been making content for years and years and years. I never thought I would really have an audience. And I did it, quite frankly, as a hobby because, as you know, Kurt, you work all the time and then you need to de-stress. And oftentimes when you're done working, it's weird hours or it's late at night or early in the morning or whatever. And you don't really go out and socialize. So I make content for fun. So my content really is, there's a legal twist to it, but it a lot has to do with my own personal hobbies, like video games or Reddit or just, memes. I'm not really as, I don't know how to say it, like, educationally, or not, that's not even a word. I'm not really like as political. I'm not really as focused on the law as other attorneys on YouTube or TikTok or
We
whatever.
need you though. We
Yeah.
need you because you are driving us where we all need to go.
Yeah.
Because we all need to take ourselves a little less seriously, have a little bit more fun. I like your stuff. It's very sort of jovial for what's the first thing that comes to my mind.
Yeah.
Just
Thanks.
it's carefree sounds insulting. It's fun. And I
Yeah.
like your stuff for being fun.
Yeah. The workday is so stressful as it is.
Yeah, that's right.
I already stress out all day about the law, and then the last thing I
That's
want to
right.
do when I'm making content, having fun, is stress out more about the law. It's more just it's all just for fun, and so that's kind of my shtick or my style, and it's all good.
Very good. And this is a good critical question from Terra65 because you have to be a drunk. It's part of being a lawyer. You're not an alcoholic because alcoholics go to meetings. That's the difference. So,
Yeah.
what is your drink of choice?
Um. So it's probably it's probably like a Maker's Mark.
Okay,
And,
I respect this.
and
Bourbon, I like.
but total transparency, I'm not really a big drinker. I'm a total lightweight. Like two drinks is a lot for me. Two or three drinks, I'm a cheap date. It's probably like a Maker's Mark diluted with club soda. Not a Coke, but club soda.
Sure.
I for the past, I don't know, 2 years, I was on a gin kick. I
Oh
have,
yeah, I like gin. I got some in my cupboard right now.
but I think I've phased out of that. It's probably been 6 months since I've had a gin. So right now, like I was at a bar 2 nights ago, I had one Maker's Mark and club soda. So
Okay.
that's
Well, I understand because I don't drink heavily on stream.
yeah.
So leading the charge and in drinking contests with Nick Rakita and stuff like that. Yeah. So that's all good. I did the Bourbon Trail in Kentucky.
I'm a big sparkling water guy. Sorry.
I respect that. I respect the sparkling water. It is a little bit more fun and textured than regular water, so there's nothing bad about that. I did the Bourbon Trail in Kentucky. That was a lot of years ago at this point, but I did the official trail where you go to. I don't remember how many distilleries it was. It's like 8 or something, and I did it in a 3-day period and visited all the distilleries. Oh, I still have my ambassador bottles from Maker's Mark.
Wow.
Because this is a good, because one of the reasons I was there in the first place is because when I was turned 21 or shortly thereafter, I signed up to be an ambassador, and the deal is, okay, we'll make you the bourbon from scratch. So fast forward many years later and go pick it up, and I still have the stuff in my cupboard.
Oh, dude, that's awesome.
Yeah,
so you got to dip the.
Oh yeah, I dip it by hand and all that stuff, hand dated and everything. Yeah, I got that too, and I'm also a Jack Daniel's. They call them Esquires, which is nice too. I own 1 square inch of land at Jack Daniel's, so yay.
That's awesome. That's great.
So and I get emails from them and stuff like that. Maker's Mark sends me stuff in the mail every Christmas. Awesome. Usually it's something small, but they send me, like, for example, a stocking for my Maker's Mark to put over it so it feels Christmassy.
The little jacket.
Your little jacket, stuff like that. Yeah, so Maker's Mark is good about that. Send you a little stuff in the mail.
That's awesome.
The best drink is the drink you like the way you want it. Well, that is definitely the motto of the Whiskey Tribe here in Austin, which I fully appreciate.
Yeah, I agree.
I fully appreciate, and I'm not mocking the makers and soda choice, perhaps the quantity of it, but not so much the choice of it.
Yeah, I'm a huge lightweight. I have no shame. I don't know what it is. Alcohol, I can't handle it. 2 drinks and
that's okay.
Tom's going to bed.
You're early in your career. We'll get you there, right?
Yeah. Oh,
my camera cut out. Time.
I'm here. Just my camera cuts out like every 30 minutes. I don't know what it does.
So
honestly, Kurt,
you can't keep it on recording mode.
Okay, that's probably it.
So you actually have it recording.
Okay. So Kurt,
right. So you actually record. Yeah.
I was about to say, you probably have already figured this out, and I tell my viewers this all the time. I literally have no idea what I'm doing.
Okay, great.
When I say, like, they always get on me about my editing or these like random video settings. I have no idea what I'm doing. I literally, this has gotten out of control. I've never thought that people would actually watch my stuff.
Sure.
It was always just for fun. So I'm still very much learning how to be an active or good content creator.
Yes. So I will tell you how to solve this problem, and incidentally, other creators who may be aware of this problem. So many cameras have a 30-minute recording limit because of tax reasons. If it goes over 30 minutes, it's considered a video camera. It's in a different taxing category. So a lot of these cameras have settled on 30 minutes, which I don't know if that's an official standard, but it's apparently what everyone went with, and apparently the IRS is happy, so whatever.
Wow.
So the way to get around this problem is to just never hit the record mode on my camera, so I don't. I'm just using the picture preview of the camera, and so it's not recording on the camera. The camera's just in permanent picture preview. So it's like, it's just waiting for me to take a shot perpetually.
Right.
And I take that feed and put it into my computer so it will run indefinitely because I'm not recording, so it doesn't count.
That's okay. I need to fix that. I need to do that.
Yeah.
Okay. So I guess next time it turns off, I won't click the record button, which I normally click. I'll try to click the other buttons.
Yeah. So what are you using to get the capture into your computer?
Are
you using like an Elgato?
Yes, in Elgato, exactly.
Yeah, see, there you go. So just use the Elgato. Just use it in picture mode. I don't know if this is on your camera or not. In the Sony, for some reason, if you use it in movie mode, the quality looks horrible. So that's maybe just a Sony specific problem. So if you have a Sony camera, that's a good thing to know. It has to be in picture mode, not movie mode. But you just use the feed out of the preview, and it looks great, and it runs
Gotcha.
indefinitely.
That makes sense.
And because I've got it plugged into power, it'll run forever. I don't even
Right.
have a battery in the damn
Yeah,
thing.
yeah. I have mine
I've got
plugged into
phantom power in there.
No, I got mine plugged into power too. Like I
So,
bought
yeah.
like the $80 stupid adapter, so I didn't have to get a rechargeable battery.
There you go. Right. So yeah, just use the picture preview mode and just run it in forever, and it'll be great.
Right on.
Yeah. Someone asked, "How do you know each other?" We don't. I reached out to Attorney Tom and said, "How would you like to be part of the Cool Kids Club?" And he said, "Yes."
Exactly. That's exactly what happened. And I'm gonna spoil who asked that question is my girlfriend, who is trying to facilitate the conversation, I guess. Rachel.
Well, hello, Rachel. How are you doing?
I saw her profile pop up.
Well, if I known it was your girlfriend, I would have come up with a more salacious answer. So now I feel bad.
What a goofball. We literally have just met over the premieres and comment section because we were discussing before we went live. YouTube doesn't really have a good way for like people to interact or like direct messages or whatever. And I was voicing to Kurt that I see all these lawyers and I've watched your streams, I've commented on your streams, I've all these guys and girls, and I had no idea how to contact them. So I'm very happy that
So my method of contacting has just been troll their YouTube comments until they notice me, and then I reach out to them and be like, "How we do something?" And then we can set up a regular time. We can talk about stuff. It's great, and then you can be part of the club and you can talk to other people.
Yeah,
so you can reach out to like the part of the network that we've got growing on.
Right,
here.
right.
We're going to have our own law school with blackjack and hookers. It's going to be great.
Yes. Well, not hookers. My girlfriend's watching.
That's a Futurama quote.
No, I know. Well, I don't know, but I love Futurama. I didn't know.
There you go. So yeah, try to have, and we're going to do LawCon. We're looking at. I mentioned this off stream. I'll mention it on stream too. June 20th. So it's a month from yesterday. It's at least at the moment. It's going to be Legal Bites, Nate the Lawyer, and me, and we'll see if we can drag Viva Fry out of Canada. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
And if you wanna come to New York, we'd love to have you too, and you can be part of the Cool Kids Club. We'll have LawCon, and LawCon this year will mostly consist of us having a table at the bar and talking to anyone who wants to buy us drinks.
That's awesome. Hey, I might come on that same note. The TikTok lawyers, which Kurt and I were talking off stream. For anybody who doesn't know, I'm a TikTok.
Man has a TikTok presence. Tell them about your TikTok presence.
No shame. So before I got big on YouTube, I was a big TikToker, although I'm trying to remove that stigma or transition more to full-time YouTube. But there is a legal community of TikTokers. We do have a Discord group. I need to get you in on there because I think it should just be all legal content creators. We're all meeting in Vegas in July.
Excellent. I'm in.
Yeah, I think there's probably 60 people going.
Oh, I'm totally in for this. Yeah, I'm in. Let's go.
I'll send you the details. We have a block. We have a block of rooms at one of the.
This is good. Yeah, no, I'm in.
Yeah,
I'm totally in for this. I need the vacation time. I'm a little burnt out, so I'm totally in. Yeah, so we'll do New York, then we'll do the New York, Las Vegas law convention, 2 parts.
Yeah.
When in July are we looking at right now?
I'll tell you exactly when in July. It's
July 4th because freedom?
It is not July 4th because freedom. It is July 16th, 17th, and 18th.
Excellent. Yeah, I definitely need to get in on that.
Yeah.
I'm in.
All right, well, I'll make sure I'll get you in the Discord.
We'll go to some shows. We'll do some buffets. It'll be great.
Yeah, well, one of the lawyers who's hosting it is her name's Amanda, and she's a cannabis lawyer. She lives in Las Vegas.
Excellent.
I think on Friday or Saturday she's having us do like a big tour of one of their big facilities. So that's fun.
I could get a new practice area. I have been looking to change practice areas.
Yeah.
So this could be a whole new opportunity.
Right.
I've been doing my current practice area for 13 years, 14 years. I'm getting a little bored. I need something new. So maybe it's cannabis law. That could be fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, the ATF. It's just a fun weekend.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's a CLE weekend.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
I love it already. This is great. So yeah, the man has 700,000 TikTok followers. It's ridiculous. I don't even know how that's possible. I thought TikTok was just for the preteens and the youths, and you're younger than me, which is annoying. But I didn't know that you were still in the demographic, and apparently you have 700,000 people in the TikToks who want to learn about the law.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
apparently there's an untapped market for me there. So
Yeah.
who knew?
Yeah.
I could be a new sex symbol.
Exactly.
On TikTok.
There you go. That's exactly what you could be. You're not living to your full potential until you realize.
I know. It's very disappointing. So we have the law review and the mail review, which are two different kinds of review.
Very different.
Very different kinds of review.
Different. Yeah.
But there's got to be something to work in there where we could make that work. So fun. So yeah, I don't really want to talk about anything in particular that's in the news because I don't want to be that serious. So I thought maybe we could just respond to stupid legal questions because I enjoyed that segment.
Awesome.
On your channel.
Awesome. Well,
I could give stupid legal answers to stupid legal questions.
Awesome. And I got an idea too. I don't know about the screen sharing. Can you share? Well, hold on. Let me.
Yeah, you can. You're sharing a screen right now, and you just there you go. See.
Well, let me.
It'd be helpful to have something on it, but yeah.
Oh no! Hold on! Don't share it yet.
We're doing a tier list.
I was making a video.
Someone wanted me to do a tier list of all the Supreme Court justices. I thought that could be challenging.
Alignment, hide template, delete template, edit. This is a video that I shot that. Oh man, I don't know how to. How do I get back to the template? Create a template. Okay, that's the template. See, this is more back to I don't know what I'm doing.
What's your favorite James Bond movie?
Well, the most memorable one to me is probably Die Another Day or Die. Oh, let me see. Hold on. I always get them confused.
Die Another Day, I think it's right.
Day. Yeah, Die Another Day. Yeah, this is the one I'm thinking about, 2002. And the reason why I say it's the most memorable because I was, 8, 9, 10 years old, 9 years old, and my dad took me to the movies to go see it. No, that's pretty much it. I'm not really.
Me, it's You Only Live Twice.
Yeah, man. Who's your favorite James Bond?
Well, Connery for sure.
Okay. I gotcha. All right.
Some people say Goldfinger, but I think You Only Live Twice is fun. So, all right. So what do we got here on our tier list?
Here's my tier list. It's best legal movies of all time.
Oh, this will be entertaining.
Okay. So
12 Angry Men is automatic S tier.
Yep. Well, let's see if my editor put it in there. I don't think 12 Angry Men is in here.
12 Angry Men is the best legal movie of all time.
No, the best legal movie of all time is My Cousin Vinny. We all know that. Okay,
Have you seen 12 Angry Men?
We need to put in 12 Angry Men. I've seen 12 Angry Men. It's like a 1957 movie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's black and white. I've seen 12 Angry Men.
All right, what else we got on this thing?
Let's see. We have Lincoln Lawyer, The Client. I have no idea what this one is. Michael Clayton, Devil's Advocate, The Firm, Paper Chase, Legally Blonde. What's it called?
That's A Few Good Men, which I hate.
You can't. Yeah, Few Good Men. Yeah,
I'll put that F tier.
You can't.
Few Good Men is F. Screw that.
Okay. You can't handle the truth. Aaron Brockovich in Dark Waters. And so I guess we're missing 12 Angry Men.
The Firm is pretty good. I think The Firm.
Yeah, Tom Cruise.
A or B tier. One of those
really?
two. Yeah, it's a pretty good movie.
Yeah. Okay.
You don't like it? You don't think it's that high?
Where are we going?
B tier.
Where are we going? B tier. Yeah, I'll B tier. I'm okay with that. Paper Chase, I didn't really like. I think I put Paper Chase.
Paper Chase is a good law school movie. It's kind of boring, and you'd never rewatch it, but it's still better than Few Good Men, so D.
Yeah, well, okay, I'm fine with that. I didn't put anything below C tier because I'm kind of, I'm too nice to a fault. I went in my video, which hasn't come out yet. I put Paper Chase in C because it's about law school. Nobody cares about law school. That's boring. We don't like. It's just not a fun subject matter to me. Screw that. Paper Chase. Okay, Lincoln Lawyer. What are your thoughts?
Didn't see it.
Neither did I. Great, because that's where I put it. The Client.
The Client. Let me think. I don't think it's as good as The Firm. I think it has airs of being better than it is. I'll say C tier.
Okay, I'm cool with that. I have no idea what this is. I have no idea. No clue what
the
this
icon is too small. I can't really see it.
Yeah, so we're gonna go here.
Yeah.
And my editor made these, so I don't even Michael Clayton. I'm gonna be honest, I haven't seen Michael Clayton, so I put it in the NS. All right, there we go. Devil's Advocate. What are your thoughts?
Devil's Advocate is an interesting one. I saw this in the theater. I didn't like it when I saw it in the theater. I thought it was actually a bad movie when I saw it in the theater, but it grew on me a little bit afterwards. It's an interesting movie. It's an interesting premise, but it doesn't fully complete its own themes. Like the protagonist's wife, who the moment she goes to New York, basically loses her mind, which doesn't make it. It doesn't flow from her character traits. So you have the premise of the movie basically is you have this unbelievably talented lawyer in Tennessee, his memory serves. But
or Florida.
State.
Florida.
That's right. Florida. Yeah. You're correct. In Florida, kind of podunk, but he's fantastic. He gets picked up by this firm in New York who is literally run by the devil. Spoiler alert.
The literal devil. Yeah.
Literal devil. Yeah, that's right.
Devil.
And he goes to New York, and he gets basically everything that anyone could want. He gets half of a floor of a New York apartment. So baller. In downtown, baller, as part of a perk from the firm, right? And his wife just basically goes insane, but for no reason. Like there's nothing stopping her from doing everything she used to do when she was in Florida. There are churches in New York. I've checked. You could do all the things you used to do.
Yeah.
But she apparently goes insane from the corruption somehow. Question mark, question mark, question mark.
Right.
So it doesn't really derive from her character. So that's really annoying. The ending is interesting, and then so you have the two endings really. The end of the main story, and then the we'll call it, I guess, the coda at the end where he gets retempted again.
Right.
So I'm not sure exactly what it is, but it's a very solid movie. So I'll say B tier.
B tier, okay. And I'm gonna take my Cousin Vinny off because this is your tier list.
My Cousin Vinny is a very solid movie. I'll put it A tier. I just think that it S tier. I just think that.
Are we going A or S? It's a big difference.
I'll go S. I'll go S tier, and I'll go B tier on Devil's Advocate.
Okay.
No, it's fine.
I'm sorry.
You're fine.
All right, so Legally Blonde.
I guess a begrudging C tier. I'll put top of C tier.
Wow, C tier. I'm not gonna lie, I put Legally Blonde in A tier. I think it's lighthearted, it's fun. It's super unrealistic. No law school student is ever gonna
try murder trial.
Trial.
No, yeah,
or even be on.
Allowed.
Yeah, or even be on a team attempting a murder trial. Yeah, but I don't know. I like Legally Blonde. It's a coming of age story. Elle Woods. Sure. She went there for the guy, and then she realized that she's better than the guy. I don't know.
Uh-huh.
All right. Aaron Brockovich and Dark Waters. 2 movies left.
Dark Waters I haven't seen. Okay. Aaron Brockovich. What do I have at the top of C tier right now?
You have The Client.
Okay, I'll put it in between The Client and
Legally Blonde?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah. And 12 Angry Men is Bay.
Yeah, 12 Angry Men
is Best Bay.
Would be right here. Yeah, okay. All right, I got you. All right. So it's solid. It's a solid tier list. Interesting. My big
Have
discrepancy.
you heard my rant on 12? Have you heard my rant on A Few Good Men?
No,
I
no, I
had an
haven't.
8-minute rant on it. I posted on my channel a little
Oh,
while
really?
back.
I know I haven't seen it.
I hate
What?
Demi Moore's character so very, very much. So very much. I hate her character. She's so two-faced and
Makes sense.
she's horrible.
Totally.
Horrible.
I think of all these, I haven't seen these three, but I've seen Dark Waters, and I put Dark Waters in A tier. I thought
Okay, maybe I'm missing something.
I thought Dark Waters was a really, really good movie. I also put Aaron Brockovich in A tier, but maybe that's because I do toxic. I do like plaintiff's work, toxic tort stuff. I can.
You do it so much you can pronounce it properly.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. I love the plaintiff stuff. Gets me going. So maybe I'm just totally biased. Especially Dark Waters. Dark Waters starts out. This dude who works for a big corporate, big law firm, defense firm, and this farmer comes over, and simultaneously to this farmer coming forward with this case, basically, letting whistleblowing that the land is being poisoned and all these people are dying. The law firm that he works at is trying to woo the corporation into like getting their business. So like it comes to like this point where it's like, okay, well, we can't represent both, right? We either gotta represent the corporation and kill all these people, or we got to go stick it to the man. And it's good. We love sticking it to the man. That's what being a lawyer is about.
Yeah, well, how about like A Time to Kill? That's not on here.
Yeah, it's not on here. Not on here. So
To Kill a Mockingbird?
That's what I said at the beginning. To Kill a Mockingbird's not on here. Where would you put To Kill a Mockingbird? Obviously it's the classic book. Everybody reads it.
On this list?
Yeah.
I'll put it A tier.
A tier.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me fix. This is your list. Okay. I'd agree with that. It's A tier.
Philadelphia? That's a good
Philadelphia is an A tier movie.
That's an A tier movie.
A tier movie. Yes. That's a great Denzel Washington. Come on.
Yeah.
Ooh,
how about Chicago? I really liked the movie. I never saw the Broadway, so I can't speak to how good it is in terms of translation. But I love the movie. Did you watch Chicago?
No.
Oh, it's great.
No. Okay.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
It's got a legal premise to it.
Yeah. The whole thing's about it. The whole thing is about Roxy is the protagonist who has killed her husband and is totally guilty, incidentally. And her trials and tribulations, and the lawyer in it, who's played by, is it Michael Douglas? No, it's not Michael Douglas. Who's it? Shit, I can't remember the name of the attorney, but he does such a great job. Richard Gere, that's right. He does this great job of this being this total like snake oil salesman and basically tricking the jury and corrupting the whole process to get a not guilty verdict. It's great. Love it. Recommended.
Hell yeah. That's awesome. Well, I need to watch it then.
It takes place in 1930 Chicago or something like that.
Right on. I need to see it.
And it's a musical because it's a translation from the musical. So you get songs like there.
Right.
Where'd you come from? Mississippi.
Right. Well, I know the famous scene in Chicago, which I've seen the highlights, is they shoot the machine gun against the lighted wall or whatever.
Oh yeah.
All right. Well, I didn't know. I didn't know it was a legal thriller, legal drama.
Yeah, I think you and I think you'd like it.
Awesome.
It's a good date night movie, I think, too.
Awesome. All right. Well, that was solid tier list. We're missing some stuff, so maybe we'll readjust and we'll come back stronger.
Ooh, apparently Legal Bites says we need to introduce me to legal karaoke. There's such a thing as legal karaoke? That'd be good.
Yeah. I hope not. I can't carry a tune, so we might be in trouble.
No, we could always do dramatic interpretations of court cases. Really ham it up.
Oh yeah. That's a great idea. So Legal Bites, I've watched your stuff, and Kurt, before we were getting on, tells me that you're out of the country. Where does Legal Bites reside?
I don't want to say, but she wants to say that's
fine. Okay. I'm sorry. I didn't know she was living abroad. I apologize, Legal Bites, but it's cool. I want to meet you someday. I watch y'all's streams all the time. trying to get involved with this community.
Yeah. Fair enough. All right, so let's do some stupid legal questions so I can respond to the stupid.
Sure.
I feel like that's a valuable use of my time.
Awesome. Let me go to my Reddit. It's
How deep does the stupid go?
You guys are pretty stupid. I'm not gonna lie. All right. Let me go to my Reddit.
No, we can definitely do some karaoke together. The legal barbershop quartet or something.
Okay. All right. We're just I'm gonna read through some of my subreddits, and it's gonna be like some of them are gonna be just not even questions, and we'll just go on to the next one. All right.
Okay, I'm down.
Legal murder hypothetical. This has a very long backstory. Oh, okay. I won't get it. Oh, that's what I like to hear. This has a very long backstory, but I won't get into it. Basically, if we both sign a contract saying we are okay with it, could I kill my friend or vice versa?
No.
Yeah. We made the claim based on if one of us ever got into a horrible accident and no longer had the ability to speak, move, or do anything for ourselves, then the other could kill the other person if the contract is signed. Still no. There you go.
So you want so what you want here is a durable power of attorney,
right?
That would appoint you as the person to make medical decisions, and then you could instruct the hospital to take them off life support pursuant to the instructions.
Right.
So, but otherwise, no.
Yeah, it would still be murder. Yeah, don't do that. Okay, next question. Do gaming services need to treat users equally? So say a gaming company like Riot or Epic Games handed out disciplinary actions to users of their game, but a streamer of their game did the exact same thing that would warrant the exact same disciplinary action. However, the streamer didn't receive the disciplinary action. Would this be considered unfair or under some inequality clause? So my initial thought is probably not. I mean, I think the game,
in the absence of a protected class. So if you could prove that they were doing it for a prejudicial reason, like race or sex, then maybe. The other thing that comes to mind is maybe something in state law that might protect some sort of protections in terms of fair dealings.
Right.
But generally speaking, no, because they're not courts.
Right.
So
exactly.
They can do what they want. And
quite frankly, if a streamer makes them a lot of money, they're going to have more leeway. It's just the way the world works.
Money buys goods and services.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Next question. Is a warning enough? What if I hypothetically use a minefield to protect my house and I plot up a warning sign that you can't overlook and someone steps on it and dies or gets injured? Will I be liable?
Yes.
Yes, that is
very liable. Extremely liable on many levels. First of all, spring gun trap. Second of all, inherently dangerous condition. Third of all, people could come onto your property for all kinds of innocent reasons, small children or something. I mean, just no. You can't have a minefield. No.
Yeah. This, I'm a little disappointed because I've answered very similar questions to this on my Reddit before, but they keep asking them. Okay. Next one. Very hypothetical. Let's say a 4-year-old who can't speak yet somehow gets a knife and kills 25 people. What would happen to him?
I have many questions on a practical level is the first one that comes to mind.
Yeah.
Four is going to be too young for any sort of liability. Civil liability would flow to the parents. So you have 25 cases of wrongful death in this weird hypothetical, but the child can't be prosecuted. They're too young.
Yeah.
I think the youngest, I'm trying to think, because I think, doesn't New York go down to like 6 or something ridiculous? But 4 is too low.
Yeah, 4 is too, yeah. I don't know what you do. I mean, let's just say that's real. I don't know what logistically you do with that child after that happens,
How is this 4-year-old knifing 25 people. What hypothetical reality is this?
A
I have
very
practical questions.
a very hypothetical reality. That's how the
Someone
question
is
starts.
very, very negligent.
Yeah, somebody. Yeah, there's
What
a
is your
lot.
proof of negligence? I'm the
Yeah,
25 bodies. End of case.
right.
Uh,
Yeah, it gets bad on my subreddit. It gets bad.
okay.
Okay. Hypothetically, if I'm in the woods and I see Bigfoot and kill him, could I be tried for murder?
Is Bigfoot a person?
No.
Then no.
And then the subreddit comments say poor Bigfoot, with a
Yeah.
not smiley face.
Murder only applies to people.
Yep.
So, Bigfoot's not a person. End of analysis.
Yep. Then let's see. Here's a picture. Here, maybe we can do the screen share again. Screen share. Screen share.
Did they ask you about the murder zone in Yellowstone?
I've made a video about the murder zone in Yellowstone.
There you go.
Sharing?
Okay. Yeah, I can do that. No problem.
All right. They said, "What do you think about
make it
this?"
a little bigger on the screen because it's a little hard to read. Or
They asked what we think about this.
Okay, I think I think OSHA might have a question or two. I'm looking at this and I'm thinking to myself, I have no experience in workplace safety regulations, but I'm thinking to myself, this probably doesn't pass them.
Yeah,
I'm gonna want to see some documentation on this one. I'm not feeling the OSHA compliance.
Yeah, somewhere an OSHA manual exploded.
Somewhere an OSHA person is screaming into the void watching this.
Yes. Okay, and then hold on. Let's go. There's another video. And it's in New York. I feel like New York.
It's nice when you can look at something and you're like, it's probably not legal.
Yeah.
This is also incidentally, just by way of aside, when people say, how am I supposed to know what the law is? I think for the most part, you kind of know what the law is because you can look at things and be like, this probably isn't right. The law is not meant to just confuse the shit out of you.
Right.
Maybe don't do really stupid things and you'll probably be fine.
Yeah, totally.
So
yeah.
if you happen to be the person who picked up a bald eagle feather and are being prosecuted by the feds, yes, you have a complaint. Otherwise, I don't know what to tell you. Just don't be an idiot. You'll be fine.
I concur. Oh, look, there it is. 30 minutes. All right. Let's go.
It's interrupting my flow, Tom.
Time to see if... Okay. All right, I did not click the normal button. So let's see if...
So if you're just in perpetual mode, then you'll be fine.
So
maybe it'll last longer than half hour.
Yeah, we'll see. Okay, next question. Hypothetically, if a caveman was frozen in ice and woke up to be magically alive, would he be able to be tried for murder if he murdered somebody before being frozen?
Ooh, that's actually kind of a fun question. I have jurisdictional questions is the first thing that comes to mind.
Yeah.
So is hypothetical murder, well, okay, and I also have, now I'm thinking about it, ex post facto, but it's murder.
That's true.
It's, I don't know. So what laws are we trying under? Is there's a jurisdictional problem here?
And logistically, I mean, let's be real. How are you going to prove, what evidence is there going to be that he murdered? Unless he was frozen, like, in the act of murdering the guy, like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it might not have been illegal, ex post facto. The laws didn't exist when the caveman murdered the guy.
What if he's in the act of stabbing him, and as soon as he's unfrozen, the other guy who he was stabbing somehow also revives, but then dies because of the bleeding. So now he's died in the present day. Can we go back in time? This is an interesting causal chain. I think there's some fundamental fairness and fundamental due process issues that come to mind. I don't think this is going to fly.
Yeah. There will be a very, very, very narrow Supreme Court opinion written about this.
Yeah.
All right. Bike robbery. Robber pulls a knife. Motorcycle robbery, self-defense video. I'd like to know Tom's opinion on this video, whether it would be fair use of force. You want to watch it?
Sure. If the robber pulls a knife, though, that's probably going to go a long way to whatever, so sure.
So back, got me started riding. Got me into riding. I had a lot of bad friends that were always up to like selling drugs. Who's this guy talking? Just trying to get away from. Let's see what.
What the hell is this?
What's that? It's a nice bike. You want to get off the bike for me, though? Oh shit! No, yeah. Yeah, get off the bike. Come on. I'm good. All right. Yeah, you're good. You're good.
This feels staged.
Whoa.
Did you shoot him?
Whoa. That took a turn.
Okay, I'm not 100% believing this video for starters.
Okay.
It feels kind of staged.
I question why he was narrating his life.
Yeah. I mean, it could be real, but I'm skeptical. But from a strict legal standpoint, that's murder.
Yeah,
the problem here is the threat had expired at the time he shot him.
Absolutely.
So there's no longer a threat. So the threat's complete. So self-defense doesn't apply. So
absolutely, I agree.
So yeah, absent something else that that would be murder. Although we'll probably get down to manslaughter for the heightened situation because of the exasperation. So we'll probably get the pled down to manslaughter. But yeah.
No, I agree. I actually don't know if it's going to get released today, maybe tomorrow. My editor's working on it now. I did a reaction to John Oliver's video about stand your ground.
Oh my God. All right. I haven't watched this yet. And you have to tell me if I'm going to want to harm myself by the time it is, because I watch a lot of John Oliver stuff. I'm also a huge Second Amendment guy. I love the Second Amendment a lot. I used to know more, but I was a legal advisor for a gun rights group for a while. I think I read all the briefs for the gun rights cases.
Right.
So, yeah. So am I going to want to strangle everyone in sight by the time I'm done with the John Oliver video?
Yeah, I mean, look, here's the deal, and I addressed this in my video, which I actually kind of made. I originally filmed this video or reaction to it, like, right when it came out, like the day after it came out, earlier in the week. I actually decided not to publish it because, like I told you, my whole deal is I don't really do political stuff. I'm just a shit poster. I always have fun, and I know that this is a controversial issue, but I kept on getting comments about it, and quite frankly, John Oliver's explanation was under-inclusive, and which is a kind way of saying wrong in some portions. And I made a video addressing that. At the beginning of the video, I prefaced that, hey, listen, guys, I'm not going to get into the Second Amendment. I'm not going to get into gun control. I'm strictly going to be talking about self-defense. And would I kind of elaborate or expand about what John Oliver says is it's not just basically what John Oliver says is subjectively, if you perceive yourself in peril, then you can use stand your ground, and that's just not correct. The threat
there's another thing there. There's one more thing you need.
Right, it needs to be
objectively reasonable
and subjective fear of imminent grievous bodily harm. And so what I go through and I talk about the Amber Geiger case. I go, look, the police officer.
Yeah.
I go, look, Amber Geiger. Let's give her the benefit of the doubt. She opened a door. She thought she was in her apartment.
Mm-hmm.
She's looking at somebody in what she thinks her apartment. At that point, she perceives a reasonable, imminent threat to grievous bodily harm, an intruder in your apartment. She shoots and kills. But that mistake was objectively unreasonable because she went in to the wrong apartment. So
with the big floor mat, with the big red floor mat.
Right, exactly. So her mistake. So even though giving her the huge benefit of the doubt, let's just say subjectively, she thought she was in imminent fear of grievous bodily harm. Objectively, her mistake was unreasonable. Therefore, it's murder. And John Oliver doesn't really address that. What his words specifically are is if somebody has a subjective perceived threat to your life, then you can use stand your ground. and
No.
that's not correct.
Just no. And the alternative to stand your ground is duty to retreat.
Right.
And the only thing duty to retreat adds is the duty to retreat if you can do so in complete safety.
Right.
But absent that, you're still in the exact same analysis you were before. So you'd still be subjective fear that's objectively reasonable.
Right.
And then also, if you can retreat so no one dies, then that's great. But the analysis didn't change in some way. It's not like we moved from purely objective to a subjective that didn't happen.
Right.
So,
and
so John Oliver's talking shit.
Right. And,
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, Judge, it's an incomplete analysis for being nice, and I address that, and I also address what I think what a lot of people, to be quite frank, on the really pro like gun side that misunderstand self-defense on the gun side. And I always hear this, I always get comments on it, because a lot of my crazy Reddit hypotheticals that people ask have to do with self-defense. And they always bring up castle doctrine. They always bring up stand your ground. And what I have to remind them is that doesn't usurp the first analysis. Like the first question you need to ask is, was there an objective and subjective reasonable fear of imminent grievous bodily harm? People usurp that. They go, oh, castle doctrine, I can defend my castle. It's like, no, you can't. If there's no deadly threat that is imminent, you can't just say, hey, my castle.
So hypothetical, you come into your home and there's a robber there, but he's asleep on the couch, and stranger things have happened. You can't shoot the robber because there's no imminent threat at that point, even though they're in your house.
Right, exactly. And so I think John Oliver's video is under-inclusive, and I skipped around. Like I only went to I only analyzed 3 parts of the analysis because it's like 20 minutes long, and there's I don't get into the political parts. I try to stay to the objective legal parts, and so I jumped from the 3 objective legal parts that I think were wrong, and I address it. It's probably my most political or controversial video, even though it shouldn't be. And so it's being edited right now. So I'm going to watch it before it gets, after I see the final version. I'm going to make the decision whether or not to post it. I probably will post it.
Sounds dumb.
Yeah. So
it sounds dumb. How many states have stand your ground now?
30.
Mississippi just added it they were behind the curve apparently.
Yeah.
But is it only 30?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, according to John Oliver.
California is not a stand your ground state. Just
Yeah. I mean, I'm a firearm owner too. I got a shotgun under my bed.
There you go.
I got a pistol in my car. I got all that stuff. But I try to keep it light.
All right. What else we got here?
Let's see. Attorney protections. Hello, first person subreddit. What kind of protections does an attorney have when representing their clients? Let's say for a moment their client went into international waters and killed their boss. But since their boat was registered under country can still prosecute the client for murder and chooses to do so. Now, let's say country gave an unfavorable outcome to the client, and would the client have any standing to go after their attorney in an attempt to say their attorney did not properly defend them because they did not get the outcome they personally wanted? And are there any kind of protections that would prevent this from happening to the attorney, or is it just a risk when you are taking clients? Well, I mean, malpractice. There's a difference between committing malpractice and not getting the desired result. If somebody committed murder, it doesn't mean that you committed malpractice.
Yeah.
So
there's only so much attorneys can do.
Yeah, we're not.
And unless you're, Richard Gere in Chicago or something. But yeah, there's only so much we can do. And if it doesn't go well, it doesn't go well. Also, incidentally, I don't know U.S. law well enough to know for sure, but U.S. law might be able to get to you from extraterritoriality. So sometimes U.S. law extends beyond its borders to U.S. citizens everywhere. So depending on the U.S. law, they might be able to prosecute you not only because the boat is registered in the U.S., which sometimes not, but because you're an American.
Right. Yeah. Fun stuff. But no, so, just because you get convicted of murder doesn't mean that you can sue your lawyer.
No.
Okay, next question.
Sometimes it doesn't go well because you did a bad thing, and the state is able to prove you did a bad thing.
Right. Hitman legality.
The answer is no already.
Could someone pose as a hitman and collect bounties for killing people, but then not actually do it?
Ooh.
What could you be held accountable for? And could clients report you without legal repercussions?
No,
probably not without legal repercussions. No. And which is probably why it would make a good business, because they couldn't report you because they would just get in trouble. I'm not saying you should do it, but,
Well, you've got fraud going on. You got fraud.
Yeah, so if you're going to commit fraud, do it to where they can't report you.
Although let's be clear, you're committing fraud. This person is looking to hire a hitman.
Right.
And your plan is, I'm going to fake being a hitman and not be a hitman. And surely this person who is looking to hire a hitman won't continue looking with an additional name on the list.
Right.
So this strikes me as a bad plan from several angles.
Or, hey, you could flip it the other way around too. You could say this guy's actually doing good. He's taking the resources from people who would hire hitman.
Uh-huh.
Maybe they can't afford to hire another hitman. Although, I don't know. I assume if you want to hire a hitman, you're pretty desperate. So you probably can round up whatever money.
I'm Santa Claus doing good for the world. I'm not sure I really want to go into court with that offense, but okay.
Yeah. Well, did you see that last year or 2 years ago? There was that case with the Chinese hitman. And this billionaire guy hired this hitman,
hired someone. And
it got diluted. And the last guy who ended up getting caught was only getting paid $1,000.
That was hilarious. So subcontracted out. It went 5 levels deep.
Yeah, it went from $200,000 for the job, and then he offered the second guy $100,000. Then the guy who was offered $100,000 offered some dude $30,000, and then $10,000, and then eventually you just get what you pay for. I don't want a $5,000 hitman.
Subcontracting in the hitman industry is a real problem. I think you have to disclose that you have subcontractors in that industry. Oh, yeah, man.
I know that should have been in the contract. And do you know what I think how they got caught? I think the cheapo guy, went to the target and said, "Hey, I've been paid to do this. Can you pretend to be dead or something?"
I think you might be right.
And that's how they got caught. I mean, that is just, it's kind of funny how dumb that is.
That was pretty dumb.
Okay. Hypothetical question about hypothetical questions. All right. Real big brain stuff over here. Yeah. Let's say someone posed a hypothetical question with an attachment of a video on the subreddit. The poster did not know that the video contained a virus which could cause extreme financial damage. Could you sue the poster for posting it? Okay. What? Say someone posts a hypothetical question with an attachment. The poster did not know that the video contained a virus. Okay. So maybe that's negligence. I mean, should the poster have known that there was a virus? It's all going to depend on, this is probably a negligence theory, especially if we're suing, for civil financial compensation. I don't know. It's going to depend. It always depends.
Yeah, it depends is always a good answer to any question.
Look at this guy. He says, I made a video explaining this answer. Do you think we're going to... I ain't going to click on... no, it's the virus. It could be the virus. I'm not going to click on it. Can't risk that. What are your thoughts on the attorney image below? Injured. Me too. I broke my leg last week. I never had a broken bone before. Looking for someone to rub cream on my leg. Oh my God. Leg needs cream and I don't have a wife to do it. See, this is prime this is this is just classic dumb stuff subreddit, you know. This is just what we do over on my channel. It's very fun, entertaining stuff.
I don't feel like maybe you're sufficiently elevating your audience. I'm not feeling the heightening to new heights.
Yeah.
Pushing us towards the angels.
Yeah. We'll get there eventually. We'll get there eventually. Legally speaking, if someone in my family needs a heart transplant, could someone legally get killed just so they can get the heart?
No,
that'd be murder. Look at this. You know, it's a lot of, you know, there's just a lot of interesting hypotheticals out there. Okay. This isn't really so much a question. Somebody wants me to go to the F Formula One race in Austin in October, which I totally want to go to. Do you like Formula One? You like race cars?
Yeah, I like off-road racing better, but yeah, Formula One's cool.
Superhero liability. Superhero liability, is it if a legally safe Superman archetype had a son but became evil and the son had to stop him. Wait, what? The son became evil. If
I think he means the guy. I think the Superman.
Okay.
The father becomes evil, I think, is the hypothetical.
Okay. But hundreds of people died in the process. Would the son be held liable for the accidental death that occurred during the fight? Or would he be legally, what the hell does that say? Entitled card? I don't know what that says. Would he be excused? Whatever.
So I don't know what a non-negligent way of fighting a superhero would look like.
Yeah.
But I suppose if it were the only way to do it, then maybe it would be okay.
The greater good.
Yeah. Now here's one from me. So because I really need to make this video at some point, and I just keep getting lazy to do it, is the liabilities for Batman and also the city, because there's good ones. Because in the Batman canon, depending on which version we're watching, they've got the Bat phone from the commissioner, right, and the mayor, and we've got the Bat signal, and that looks suspiciously to me like state action. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, so now Batman is a police officer because he's a state actor. So now suddenly he has to abide by the Constitution, which he's not doing on a regular basis. So there's that. And also the city has the Bat signal and Bat phone, which I alluded to just a moment ago, which means that it's official policy, which means that we can sue the city under Monel and get to them for liability, even though we might not be able to sue Batman. So yeah, I was like, and the Fourth Amendment issues are out the roof. And this is what the things never popped in my scene, because it's like, if the Joker's going to court, the Fourth Amendment issues, I mean, we'll drown in Fourth Amendment issues before we ever get to trial. Right. They're real.
Oh yeah. I mean, that makes sense. You know, I've never connected the next step of him being a government actor.
Yeah.
It makes sense. You know, if
he's a government actor, man. He's being called out by the police.
Yeah, he's on call. Totally.
Yeah, see, you can't do that. The courts were smart enough about that. It's like, oh, the police say, oh, we can't do something, so we'll hire a private investigator.
Right.
No, you can't do that.
Silver platter doctrine, you know, it's got to be independent. You know.
Yeah, that's right. So once you do that, they become a state actor. Right. So the Fourth Amendment issues and 6 due process issues. We got due process issues. We got excessive force issues. We got all kinds of illegal entry issues.
Yeah, totally.
Then they'll be fun.
You should make that video. That'd be a good video.
And then maybe see if Batman wants to claim qualified. Can Batman claim qualified immunity now, or state action immunity? How's that work?
I'm just saying, as a plaintiff's lawyer, Batman is like my ideal defendant. You know, Bruce Wayne. Come on, he's got super deep pockets. You know, sign me up. You know, I'll start running ads in Gotham for roughed up by Batman. You know.
Oh yeah, no, this sounds like a great thing for you, man. As a plaintiff's lawyer, you know, have you been injured by Batman?
Yeah, have you been injured by Batman?
Call this number. We can sue everyone in sight.
Yeah, we'll sue Wayne Enterprises. I'll sue Batman. Sue everybody. You know, maybe there's some products liability in there too. Oh,
Yeah.
fun stuff.
Yeah, it's good times, man. So there's yeah. And defenses are going to be very hard.
Yeah.
But then the Joker has to make it less fun by just killing everybody and, blowing up the judge, even though he could probably win.
Yeah.
So,
I don't think the Joker cares, but at that point, can I sue myself? Say I destroyed something and it was expensive. Could I sue myself for damage? I mean, is this person insinuating like they're trying to get to their own insurance policy? Or,
yeah.
Because if you didn't have an insurance policy,
even if you could sue yourself, what would be the point? Because you're just collecting from yourself.
Right, you're just going to spend way more money. And you're going to look dumb.
So as far as I'm concerned, yeah, you can sue yourself. You can give me the money to help sue yourself, and I guarantee you success either way.
Yeah, exactly. You're either going to, exactly. One side's going to win, the other side's going to win, or the other side's going to win.
That's a good question. If you do sue yourself, can I act as the attorney for both, or is that a conflict of interest?
And how do you and if it is a conflict of interest, how do you avoid it? I mean, you're gonna,
Yeah. Also, how do I compartmentalize privileged information?
Right. Exactly. How do you?
So many questions. Yeah. There's problems. I'm not.
But if there's insurance involved, you wouldn't technically sue yourself. You sue your insurance company.
Yeah, sure. Insurance company.
Yeah. First party insurance claim.
Yeah.
Let's see what else we got. A hit lawyer? Interesting. Could the prosecution hire a lawyer that tries to get hired by the defense and strategically passes on intelligence to the prosecution without getting caught? How would this work? No, that'd be huge confidentiality.
No. There's rules with potential clients, and you have to protect their secrets too.
Yeah.
For exactly this reason.
Yeah. Often
also, you would almost certainly be conflicted out.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't play both sides of the fence.
Yeah. Kurt's exactly right. Oftentimes, when you want to hire a lawyer, the lawyer has to run your name or the defendant's name through their system for a conflicts check to make sure that at some point in time, and this is especially important with larger firms who have represented thousands of people or entities throughout their life, that, at some point in time, you weren't, there wasn't a conflict. And you often get large corporate firms who, if you approach them, you'll say, oh, sorry, we can't represent you because 5 years ago, one of the partners in our New York office represented, a president that's related to the sub entity of your company, or just, crazy stuff. It's very, very strict because it's very important. We have lots of rules about this, people.
Now, did you know about that case where, I can never remember, was it a divorce case or was it a some sort of mining case or something where someone tried to hire every lawyer in town?
Yeah, well, I've heard about that for divorce cases where they go and have, because you can have attorney-private client privilege or be conflicted out with, depending on the circumstances, as little as a consultation. So
there's at least one case where that went to court and they said, since you're deliberately trying to manipulate it, then sucks to be you. All the conflicts now don't exist anymore. So have your pick.
Right. Which makes sense. I mean, in equity, it's not equitable if somebody can't hire a lawyer because somebody gamed the system like that. Caveman manslaughter.
They like the caveman murders.
They like the caveman murders. Caveman manslaughter. I have a burning question that must be answered. I'm going to set the scene. So I go cave crawling in one of those caves that's really tricky to crawl through, but I get stuck and need rescuing. However, there's a stranger who's in the cave before me, and I have now trapped them in the cave as I cannot be removed. By the time I am rescued, the other person has died due to me trapping them in the cave. Would I be responsible for their death as I got myself stuck? This is actually of all the hypotheticals, this is a pretty interesting one.
Yeah, so especially because you're going into a cave and it appears that you know that it's tricky to crawl through.
Right.
So there's problems, although this other guy is doing that too, so there may be some sort of assumption of risk there.
Right.
But the other thing that I'm thinking about is, as the person in the cave who's being trapped in this hypothetical, if I can determine that I'm going to die from lack of oxygen or something, then you are now posing an imminent threat to me. So I can kick your ass to get out of there because I can save my life at the expense of yours.
That's true. Yeah. But in that case, the threat needs to be unlawful, right? So it's like the clean hands doctrine, right? So if somebody poses an imminent threat to your life, but that threat isn't unlawful, such as being stuck in a cave, does that constitute self-defense?
Well, I don't know about the legal particulars on that one, but as far as I'm concerned, if someone is posing a imminent threat to my life, intentionally or not, or lawfully or not, well, let me back up a step. It depends what we mean by lawfully. If they're a police officer trying to arrest me or something like that, then that's a different story. But if they're acting in a lawful way and not commensurate with that activity are causing a threat, then I should be able to act to save my life. They're not necessarily at fault, but neither am I. And I should have the right to defend myself and protect myself because they're creating the threat, even though they're not breaking the law in doing so. So some version of that made sense in my head.
Right. I know. I see what you're saying. That'd be a very difficult situation. I don't know in real life.
Now there are interesting issues with this because I might be wrong legally in some places because I was thinking to myself, what the classic scenario along these lines is we are climbing a cliff together and we are tied to each other or something, and we slip, and you're behind me, right? So you're tethered to me.
Right.
And I'm climbing this thing, and we slip, and I'm losing my grip. The question is, can I cut the line and kill you to save me? And I believe there's a split of authority on this issue. I think some states say yes and some states say no on this.
Yeah. I mean, logistically, it's either I die or we both die,
Yeah, but I think some states say actually in that situation still no, because I don't have the right to, because I am still murdering you, even though I was going to die.
Right.
So, yeah, some states say no and some states say yes on this.
Oh, damn it. Look at that. Right on the dot. 30 minutes. I guess I need to mess with it more.
Yeah. So, and also, how does that work on duress? I think duress might be the same on murder. I think there's a split of authority there. So if I'm being duressed into committing the murder, can I use the duress as an excuse? I'm using the word here, excuse, with legal precision, incidentally.
Right.
So I think some states say yes, and I think majority rules no.
Yeah, I think the majority rules no. I actually, that's like I actually addressed this on my subreddit like a month ago. It was like, the question was, somebody comes to your house, puts a gun to your head, says, go rob the bank, and if you don't go rob the bank,
you got
right. Go rob the bank, or I'm going to shoot your daughter or whatever, right? Sure. And so, can you commit that? It's still robbing the bank. You're still
but the duress will qualify as a legal excuse for robbing the bank. And even if someone dies, as long as I didn't kill them, felony murder wouldn't apply because the felony in this question is for the underlying robbery. And so since I have duress for that intent, I don't have the intent, so I have a legal excuse, even for felony murder. How fun.
Right on. Yeah, that makes sense. Here we go.
This is how we think together.
Yeah, this is good. It's good. It's a good question, Caveman.
We should play Among Us sometime. Do you play Among Us?
I love Among Us.
Yeah, let's play Among Us. I need to get on your Discord or something. Send me a link and we can play.
Yeah, I'll send you a link. Can you legally own someone's soul? Would it be legal if you have someone sign a contract in which they gave you ownership of their soul to use in the afterlife?
Unconscionable.
Void
for public policy.
Well, what about, wasn't there that case? I remember a case in law school or something where a guy was selling like tickets to heaven, and
I do not remember that case from law school. You got me on that one.
I don't know, maybe I'm just making it up. But I thought, it was like,
It sounds plausible.
how can you prove, you can sell a ticket to heaven, or I don't know.
Indulgences, church, Catholicism. These words, yeah,
Fair
there
enough.
you go.
Fair enough.
How can you?
History repeats itself.
Yeah, okay, yeah, yeah, all right.
Okay.
Oh, trolley scenario. Oh, I don't know, Lieber. Yeah, so this is going back to what we were just discussing on the same analysis would presumably flow from the cutting the line hypothetical. So if you switch the line to kill one and save neither. So this is a wonderful difference between legally and morally, right?
Right.
Because legally, unless some special condition applies, which is not normally provided in the trolley problem, legally I have no duty to act. So legally, I can watch, someone kill someone rob a bank and eat popcorn or whatever, It's like, well, that sucks to be you. Sorry about you being stabbed over there, but I'm not going to do anything about it.
Right.
Right? So if in absent some duty to act, then the safest legal thing is to not pull the switch, because then I'm not doing anything and I'm not responsible for not doing stuff. If I pull the switch, now I'm performing an action that's causing someone's death. So technically, that would be murder.
Right.
Now, I did it to save the 5 at the expense of the 1, but the prosecution is going to come back at me with, well, who are you to trade off that life?
Right.
It's not your life to trade. So I don't know, man. I wouldn't feel very comfortable going to the jury with that defense. I'm not feeling that, man.
Yeah. Realistically, if something like that happened, what kind of prosecutor would even bring charges? Unless it was like, I don't know.
The prosecutor's son. Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. The prosecutor's son. What was that one horror movie? Saw, the Saw series, where they're all...
Yeah, I never saw the movies. I got the premise, though.
Yeah, it's like cut off your arm, or, the booby trap goes off and you all die, or cut off your friend's arm, or whatever. Self-defense.
Ooh, with a C. We're British.
Yeah, with a C. If I were moving house...
That sounds British, too. That's a British expression.
And all other weapons... we're now in the other house, except for a full auto M2 Browning machine gun. And someone broke in. Would it be reasonable for me to shoot them, considering that a 50 cal BMG can quite easily go through the walls of the house?
Yes.
Or would it depend on how many shots I had actually fired?
A 50 caliber BMG will go through the wall of the house, the neighbor's house, several houses.
Yes.
Yes.
Would it also depend on if I had shot the home intruder? Same shot. Okay.
I guess hyper-technically, because that's what we're doing now, hyper-technically it would be legal because intent follows the bullet, remember? So, classic law 101, right? I shoot at A intending to kill A, but I hit B and kill B. Intent follows the bullet, I'm guilty of killing B.
Right.
But it goes the same way in self-defense law as well. I have a valid self-defense against person A. In a valid self-defense, I attempt to shoot A, but I hit and kill B. But my intent follows the bullet, so I still have self-defense even though I killed the wrong person.
Right.
So, since my intent here is to perform self-defense with apparently the only tool I have available, which apparently is a Browning M2 machine gun, which I'm assuming that I have licensed and I have my ATF stamp for and all the rest of it. So, yeah. So, all that, then, yeah, I guess I can use the machine gun. Now,
but I think it's
I
important
see some wrongful death claims in my near future, however.
Yeah. Does not escape civil liability.
This was the only gun that you left here, and you hurt. So I see some civil liability in my future amassing rapidly. But criminally, probably okay. Technically, although if the prosecutor goes to that with the jury, I don't know, man. That's going to be a tough sell.
Yeah.
But by the letter of the law, Sure.
There you go. It depends. It always depends.
It always depends. Yeah, that's why you ask us stupid questions and then we have to give you stupid answers.
Right. Exactly.
Like, it depends. Why, if you have all these guns, didn't you keep a pistol on you? Do you not have a carry license, even though you apparently have a tax stamp for the M2?
Right.
Which you have for some reason in your house. And yeah. Did you tell the ATF about moving the firearm? The ATF gets ornery with, fully automatic. Yeah. All right, let's do one more stupid, and then we think we can wrap this up.
All right, cool. At what point does a bet become illegal? At what point does a bet become legally binding? Say someone's playing poker and they bet their dog is a joke, but the person they were playing with against won and tried to take the dog. That person explains that the bet is a joke, but the guy who won says they won fair and square. Who's right? At what point does a bet become legally binding?
Yeah, that's too complex. It depends on a whole host of things, like the operative law in the place. Is the bet legal in the first place would be my first question.
Yeah.
So, can you even make this bet legally?
Right.
So the whole thing might be void from the square one. And then the question would be, what was the expression here? Like, how did you express it? Or how did you do this? Did you put the dog on the table and, push into the middle of a chip file? I mean, there's I need more context.
How would a reasonable person at the table?
Yeah, I need more context for the stupid.
Right. Well, there you go. That's pretty much what 99% of my subreddit questions look like.
Excellent. Just piles and piles of stupid. Well, we wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah.
Because we need that joviality and fun in law.
Yeah.
To make life interesting.
Absolutely.
Well, anyways, I want to thank my guest, Attorney Tom, for being here. It's been a lot of fun, and I hope that you will join our regular pile. We do a stream on Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Central with Nate and Legal Bites, so perhaps you could sometimes join that, or we could do streams another time. But I'd like to do this on a regular basis. Maybe you could have me over your channel or something.
Yeah,
we can have all kinds of fun. And then we can talk to other people, and, the mix continues.
Yeah,
and you need to do two things now for me. You need to A, send me the link for the Discord, and B, you need to send me the information for the Vegas thing. Yeah, I need a piece of that in my life.
Well, once I'll email you my phone number, and you just text me, and I can send you the link to the Discord and the Discord. So once you're in the Discord, I have my personal Discord server, and then we have a professionals of TikTok Discord server. It's about 100 doctors and lawyers who have TikTok accounts. Okay. And so you can get on that. And that's where the Vegas trip is coordinated.
Okay.
All right.
So make sure to check out Attorney Tom's channels. His name is hyperlinked in the title, so you can click right on it and get to it. I've been on Civil Law. Until always, my friends, cheers and goodbye.
See y'all. Thanks for having me, Kurt.